Let's take a look at how to create these rhinestone designs. First of all, we need a little gem. I've already got this prepared, but let's take a look at that. You can take the polygon tool and have it using a hexagon. And now I'm going to switch fill and stroke. Let's make that a little thinner. And you can then take the line tool. And let's turn on the smart guides for this. And just drag these like this. Select that. Use the Pathfinder panel and divide. And then let's ungroup this. You've got triangles that you can then fill with gradients. There is a gradient library in Illustrator. So let's take a look at the swatches, and in the swatches you find the libraries, and there we've got the gradients, and there are gems and jewels that you can use as a start. But I've already prepared that. If you want to have them in different colors, let's make copies and go to Recolor Artwork. And in here, you can just drag this somewhere else, and then you get copies in different colors. Let's select this as well, and drag this into the red area to get another one. And you can use this slider here to make it brighter, and also change this and get it more saturated so that you have these. Okay, now we've got these prepared. Let's move this to the side, and then let's make a copy, because we're going to look at two methods. Number one, let's also make a copy here. So number one, I'm going to move these inside. And for number one, you can use Astute graphics plugins. So let's just select both, go to Window, Astute Graphics, Space Fill, and in here just click on Make. This is not very impressive. Now in order to get more, go to Multiply Filling Art, and now we've got too many, so I need to reduce that until we get a reasonable number of gemstones in here. So like that perhaps, and you can just experiment with all these values. You can randomize that to get different kind of positions for them. And you can vary all sorts of things. So that is number one. Let's just get rid of that stroke. Now number two is a native method. And for that, we need to create a brush. So let's take this here, and first of all I'm going to make that black. So I'm going into the advanced options, and let's have one color here and change this to just black like this. And then we cannot use gradients in brushes, so we need to expand this. Let's go to Object and Expand. And you need to expand the fill and of course specify how many objects. Now by default, this is set to 200 or something. You do not want that high number of objects in a brush, but 20 might be too little, so you need to figure that out. So this will be a very small item, so probably 20 could fit, but just that you know, you have to figure that out so that you get the result you want. I'm going to OK. What we now have is a clipping mask. Let's take a look at that in outline mode, and you see we've got a clipping mask. I do not want that. So let's ungroup this and ungroup it once more. So now we have them single, and we can now use the Pathfinder panel, select them one by one and hit crop. So just crop, which gets rid of that clipping mask. So these are now just groups. Take a look at it. And there's still one of them. So like that. And now we can make a brush out of this. So let's go to the brushes and just drag that inside. A scatter brush is okay. And then let's set this to tints. And everything else we're going to touch later. So let's go to OK. Now we need to prepare this. I'm going to Object, Path, and let's offset the path. And I need to search that here because I have so many plugins installed. We need to reduce that. So that is too much. And one more time, like so. I can now select them all and apply that brush. So now that we have this, we can double click this brush and let's set the rotation to the path, and probably they need to be smaller. And then also you can set the rotation to random, and you see, get them rotated, which makes this look more interesting. And then of course you can select those strokes, apply a color, and you get the nicely colored rhinestones. So that's how you can create a rhinestone design using either Astute Graphics plugins or native methods in Illustrator.